Hey guys, my name is John Kim. I'm a licensed therapist and life coach, putting self betterment into a shot glass. Because let's face it, who's got that much time these days? I come unpolished, unrehearsed, on purpose. If you're looking for more of a wine glass, you've come to the wrong place. Okay, I'm not gonna front. I've never paid much attention to love languages until recently. And yes, I know I'm a relationship coach. I should know this shit. I just thought it was another like hokey concept created to sell books, but I decided to take a deep dive into love languages, homework by my partner, my business partner and friend Noel Cordeau. And so I did, and here's the thing. Well, first, what are love languages? So, listen, in a nutshell, they're just ways that we show love and interpret love, right? And because we all define love in different ways, and the way that we show love and the way that we interpret and want to receive love isn't the same, right? So we all have different love languages. So here they are, simplified, of course. One, words of affirmation. So showing love through language and through affirmation. Now, this doesn't mean that you just like you're always craving compliments. It doesn't mean that you're a narcissist or that you're arrogant or needy. This is just how you show love and how you interpret love. So, and it doesn't just mean compliments. I love yous. I'm thinking about you, notes, texts, emails, like that kind of stuff, right? And of course, if words of affirmation is your love language, then if you're getting hurtful words and if someone's assassinating your character verbally, that's going to cut deeper than people who don't speak that language. So, words of affirmation is definitely one of my love languages. When I'm in a relationship, I'm constantly um, writing shit. I mean, notes and emails and texts and my feelings and and all that stuff. So that's the way that I show love. And for some people, that may be extremely annoying. They might be like, John, I get enough from your blog. I don't need this overflow of words. So it just depends, And so obviously, if I'm looking for someone, I definitely want to find someone who also um, interprets love that way, right? So we have that connection. Two, quality time. This is showing love by giving someone your time. That's just it's really simple. You show that you love someone by spending time with them, And I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but there are some people that don't necessarily show love or interpret love that way. They don't necessarily think that just because you're spending time with someone that means they love you. Receiving gifts. Now, this doesn't mean that you're materialistic, showing love through things. So, I don't know, someone buys you flowers, dinner, a dress, a new car. I don't know. Receiving gifts from me definitely is not my love language at all. No judgment on if that's how you show love and that's how you interpret love back. But so here's a good example. That's very foreign to me. So, if I was in a relationship with someone and their love language was receiving gifts, um, they probably wouldn't love me much, and I would also be confused, and I wouldn't know how to love them. I'm not saying that I'm cheap and I don't buy people gifts, but it's not, that's not where I put my weight when I'm showing love. All right, physical touch. This is one of my love languages. This is being super tactile, right? This is showing someone you love them by always physically touching them. This obviously isn't just sexual. It's I so like for example, if I'm with someone, I'm driving with them in the car, my left hand's on the steering wheel and my right hand is on them, like always. So I'm rubbing their neck, I'm touching their knee, and it's not like I'm doing it because I want something from them. It's just how I am. Like, if I feel connected to that person, they're gonna get my grip. they're gonna get they're gonna get touches. And I know it sounds creepy, but I'm a very tactile person. And also I want it back. Like I love when, someone's scratching my back, just because I can't reach a lot of parts of my back. Because I have no flexibility and I work out. Um, Also touching my front. Come on, guys. Um, just any kind of touch. It doesn't have to be sexual, but just touching, massaging, rubbing. To me, that's huge. Now, listen, some other people probably they can't stand that. Some other people, I know a friend who says that she hates being hugged, and I was like, "But what about your husband? Don't you guys hug?" And she's like, "No, we don't hug." And I was thinking to myself, "Well, when you're having sex, do you hug? Do you like cuddle afterwards?" And she's like, "No, it's not my thing. I don't like it." And some people are just they just don't like being touched, right? So that's not her love language. All right, and then number 5 is acts of service. So expressing love by doing something for someone. Maybe you make them something, maybe you're really good with, like, I don't know, building things with wood, and you make someone a treehouse. That would be pretty fucking amazing if you come home and she's like, see what I did there? I said she, not he. She's like, "Honey, come into the backyard. I made you something." And you go in the backyard and you're like, "What is it?" And she's like, "Look up," and there's like this gorgeous treehouse. That would be impressive. Anyway, so that acts of service. I don't know. Maybe you. Oh, here's one. Like, maybe you take their car out and you get it washed for them. Maybe you do the dishes. Maybe you do something for them, some kind of act of service. And that doesn't mean that you're submissive. It doesn't mean that it's 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 the way that you show love, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, maybe part of this is nurture, growing up in a culture where that service is love. So I don't know how much of it is nurture, how much of it is nature, but we end up having our love language. So here's what's important: is to know what your love language is. And this is all kind of new for me. I mean, I know about them, but I really didn't think about myself and what they are. Now, of course, they all. Some people can say, you know what, I actually all those are my love languages. Yes, but you're going to emphasize, or you're going to gravitate toward one or two, maybe three, but your top one or two more so than the others, right? So for me, words of affirmation for sure, and then I would say physical touch, and then maybe acts of service. Um, those would probably be my two or three. So now, if I was dating someone or with someone who, if her love language was, say, receiving gifts and um, quality time, not that I don't spend quality, not that I don't want quality time with the person I'm with, but if her way of showing love was receiving gifts, and that's not my love language, and let's say she bought me, I don't know, a skateboard or something. Let's say she bought me, just a gift, a pair of pants, and since it's not my love language, I just saw it as kind of a logical thing, and I didn't express, you know, I didn't show my love, then do you see the disconnect? Do you see how well she would be disappointed because she did an act of love in her point of view, and I did not receive that as love. I received it as a skateboard, right? I received it as, oh, nice, cool, and I go and write it. And vice versa. If I'm with someone who that where their love language isn't words of affirmation, that's not a big deal to them, and I'm telling them that they're beautiful, or writing them love letters and stuff, and I get nothing back, it's going to hurt my feelings, right? And it's not so much that there's anything wrong with that person, we just speak different languages. So I mean, imagine, and like literally languages. So imagine if you are trying to love someone who speaks Chinese and you don't speak Chinese. Imagine how difficult that would be to communicate, right? And so imagine this like that, where these love languages are like a language. They're the way that we show love, interpret love. They're the way that we communicate with our hearts, right? And so they're important. So think about this. It's just another layer, another way to look at connection. And so if you're out there and you are, maybe you're single, maybe you're not. So whether you're out there dating or you're in a relationship, um, have a conversation with whoever you're with about their love language, and see how you guys match up. And if anything, it's a great way to understand each other better, right? Because if you understand what someone's love language is, then you don't take things so personally because you know that that's the way they're wired. All right, guys, be well, love hard. Talk to you. Talk to you. What would I say? Listen to me soon. Thanks for tuning in. I hope the dialogue was helpful. Listen, guys, if you want to be a life coach, just go to my website, theangrytherapist.com, and click on Life Coaching Training, and you'll find our Catalyst Intensive. There's only two things you need to be a life coach: a story, which everyone has, and a passion to help others.